UFC Moreno versus Kavanagh took place this weekend. I'm going to go through each and every fight, give my reaction to what happened in all the fights. Overall, the fight card was pretty good. I'd give it like a 7 out of 10. There were some pretty good finishes. There were some layups in here that you guys are going to see right off the jump. Um, let's get right into it. Overall, it delivered. So, first fight in the card, you have Damian Pinas versus Wes Schultz. Exactly what every single person thought was going to happen. Damian Pinas landing long, straight shots. Wes Schultz went down to a not even clean punch the first time. You could just tell this guy's afraid of punches. He's predominantly a grappler. Not sure how he got here, mainly grappling and MMA, but he did, and it showed his biggest weakness here. Super weird fight. I don't like his style. I don't like Wes Schultz's style. If you're going to be a grappler, at least have some striking. You know, Islam Makhachev, Merab Dvalishvili, Pantoja, all of these dominant fighters have good striking as well as grappling, jiu-jitsu, wrestling, all of these things. Yeah, terrible. Wes Schultz should not be in the UFC. Damian Pinas, good job. Can't wait to see who they put him up against next. Somebody who actually throws punches back, preferably. That would be sweet. Next fight, Eric Silva versus Francis Marshall. Again, this is exactly what people thought were going to happen. Right off the jump, though, Eric Silva was looking sharp, man. He had some pretty good kicks. He was very, very fast on the feet. Francis Marshall, once he saw how fast this guy was on the feet, he wasted no time in getting this guy down and submitting him. It was an okay fight while it lasted. Francis Marshall, good job. He's a 26-year-old prospect. Can't wait to see who they put him up against next in the featherweight division. Really quick, this last fight, Damian Pinas, this is middleweight. I would like to see, I know this is super early and UFC doesn't do prospect versus prospect, but Damian Pinas versus that one, Ateba Gautier guy, that would be a good scrap. They look kind of similar and they're both heavy strikers. So that would be a sick match. Get one of these prospects out of here or something like that. But UFC doesn't do that. They're going to put them against someone older and try to build their names. Next fight, we had a catchweight fight, Regina Tarin versus Ernesta Caracates. It was a good scrap, man. I underestimated Regina by far. That just comes to show you have to watch your tape. I have never seen her fight before. I'm not gonna lie. If you can see right here, the total strikes are actually pretty even. They're pretty very similar. Regina landed a lot more to the body. A little bit less to the legs. Control time was even similar. Takedowns were similar. This was a very, very close fight. Regina got it. I guess she technically did land more strikes. She landed the harder strikes in the first round. Regina, I'm pretty sure it was the first round. She had Ernesta on noodle legs. I don't know if many people saw it, but she was landing hard to Ernesta. And if you guys also saw the frame difference, Regina was like twice as thick as Ernesta. It's at a catchweight, so of course this girl took it on like 3 days' notice. I heard she had a Muay Thai fight scheduled a few days before this fight for 130 pounds. This fight was supposed to be at 125, so of course Ernesta is going to be a little bit skinnier, but they look like they were 15 pounds difference. It was actually pretty insane. But Regina, she's gonna get some knockouts in the UFC. I can see her seriously getting some flatline knockouts against women that don't have as good of a chin as Ernesta. Ernesta has a good chin. So, yeah, I honestly cannot wait to see her scrap next. That was a very, very fun scrap. 100 and 300, over 300 strikes, you know. It's actually insane. That was a very fun fight. Showed her toughness, showed her grit. She can take a punch, she can punch. So, she's a good fighter on a couple days notice. Next fight, Douglas Silva de Andrade versus Javier Reyes. This one kind of pissed me off a bit. I don't see anybody really pissed off because in the first round, earlier in the first round, Douglas Silva clipped Javier, and some people are saying, the big guru is saying that he kind of knocked him down. No, Douglas Silva knocked Javier Reyes down with a good clean punch. He's got a better chin. He's younger, so he got back up. He sprung back up better than Douglas Silva did when he got clipped later on and dropped. But yeah, no, he dropped Javier Reyes, clearly dropped him, hurt him. Then they started scrapping. They got it back up to their feet, blah, blah, blah. They were scrapping. Javier Reyes eventually lands, I think it was a right hand straight on Douglas Silva's chin, puts him down. He's on his back. He's kind of trying to pull guard, and Javier is landed down shots, blah, blah, blah. He's trying to get out of there. He's on the ground. He's trying to flip around, whatever he's trying to do. I don't remember exactly, but Javier's like raining down shots. Douglas is literally going like this with his finger. Don't stop it. Don't stop it. Is he taking strikes to the head? Yes, he's taking strikes to the head. He was taking nothing significant to the head where it was like, all right, this guy's going to go to sleep. Have you guys seen Jalen Turner versus Bobby Green? I understand that should not happen every fucking time. But if you're going to let it go that far, you can't take this guy's fight, his paycheck, away from him with 1 second to go. That's the whole point here that pisses me off. Herb Dean, airhead, dumb Herb Dean stopped his fight with 1 second to go. In any other situation or anything, MMA Guru is going to talk so much shit about Herb Dean, but he said he's fine with the stoppage. Cool. I'm not cool with the stoppage. 1 second to go. The dude is literally saying, don't stop it. And then that's exactly when he stops it. Why didn't you just stop it when he got dropped the first time? It just makes no sense. Good win, Javier. He landed the punch. Like, good on him. He did nothing wrong. Douglas he's older, of course. He's like 40 or something like that. He should have got that chance to go in the second round. Things could have been totally changed, or he could have lost worse. Who knows? But I would like to have seen a second and third round in that fight. I don't really see many people talking about it. That was a BS stoppage. But I'm going to keep moving on because apparently it's not a big deal. Christian Quinones versus Chris Moutinho. Oh, really quick. You'll see right here. Strikes. Of course, he landed. Most of these were ground strikes. Significant strikes. Boom, boom, boom. Knockdowns. They didn't even give him the knockdown. If you guys watch that fight back, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. They didn't give him the knockdown. That's insane. That's crazy. Christian Quinones versus Chris Moutinho. I don't know why they have Chris Moutinho in here for his third straight loss. He is dog shit. He is not good at fighting. He's tough and he can walk forward. He's just tough. That's all he has. He has heart. That's it. Christian Quinones is not really that good either. He was looking really not that great on the feet against Chris Moutinho. Not really much to say. Not an entertaining fight whatsoever. Not a high-level fight. Both fighters should not be in the UFC. Both of these guys should not be in the UFC. Get them out of here. Waste of space, waste of money, unless the UFC would rather pay these guys like $20K rather than pay, a different fighter like $100K or something to be in their spots. Maybe that's what they're doing. Who knows? But that was a shit fight. Next fight, Ailin Perez versus Macy Chiasson. Ailin Perez, I was a little worried at first. Macy Chiasson, she's tricky. She can be tricky. She's longer. She's taller. But eventually, and not really far into the fight, Ailin Perez is going to use her strength and her size and her thickness to control you, basically. She wins 29-28 decision. Good job. You can see here the strikes, significant strikes. Ailin Perez, fantastic body, legs, control. The control time almost double. 6 takedowns landed. Fantastic. Ailin Perez, good job. Did what she does. She is very, I'm sure she's like very strong and heavy in the bantamweight division. You know what I mean? Especially as like a tall, lengthy girl. She's probably just so heavy and hard to deal with. Super tiring. Good job, Ailin Perez. Let's see who they put her up against next. She's now 13-2. That's a pretty decent record. Here we go to the prelims. Headliner, Ryan Gondra versus Jode Daniel Medina. Again, why is this guy in the UFC? 11-7, and I don't think he has any wins. I don't understand what they like. Is it the paycheck thing? Would they rather pay this guy 15 or 20K to show up rather than pay another guy 100, and then if he wins, he gets another 100? That's 200K. You're paying this guy 10% of what you would be paying somebody who's got a name or something like that. I think that's what's going on. I'm not really 100% sure, but I'm going to tell you exactly what happened in this fight. Gandra literally backed up Jose Medina against the fence, started landing anything. One, twos, uppercuts, going around the guard, ping, 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 ping. Jose Medina was trying to hold on. Ryan Gandra got like 10, 20 punch combo. As soon as Jose Medina was kind of even thinking about, okay, this might be over, Gandra just kept going, kept going, kept going. Got hit. I think he got dropped with one of the strikes. Got hit a couple times. Boom, TKO. That's it. That's wraps. Good job, Ryan Gandra. You beat up a can, an absolute nobody. Let's see who they put him up against next. Against somebody, again, like earlier in the first fight, against someone who throws punches and can actually fight or wrestle, circle out of there and put up a fight. So, yeah, cool. Let's go to the main card. Santiago Luna versus Angel Pacheco, whatever you want to call him. Good job, Santiago Luna. This is exactly what everyone thought he was going to do. Some people thought he would get the finish. He didn't, but he was very, 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 very dominant. Doubled the strikes, almost tripled the significant strikes. Body, legs, more control time, more takedowns. Just an overall better MMA fighter. Again, he should have got the finish here, but sure, you can call Angel a pretty he's a tough guy, of course. Obviously, he looks like Umar too. A lot of people are pointing that out. He looks like Umar Nurmagomedov, but he does not fight like that whatsoever. So yeah, decent fight. Let's see who they put Santiago Luna up against next. Someone who's actually UFC caliber, but they're trying to build prospects, of course. You don't want to rush him in there with a vet or something like that, and then him get fraud checked. Good job. He's a great fighter, in great shape as well. So yeah. Next fight, Emmanuel Rodriguez versus Kevin Borjas. This was a good scrap. Emmanuel Rodriguez is a little ball of freaking fun, man. He's good. You can see right here, one knockdown against two knockdowns. Borjas knocked him down. Borjas is good too. He's very lengthy. He's very fast, powerful. But overall, Emmanuel Rodriguez is just a little bit tougher, a little bit more powerful, and just a little bit better of the overall MMA fighter. You can see right here, landed a takedown, unlike Borjas. 3 minutes of control time with the takedown. More leg strikes, more body strikes, double the head strikes, significant strikes doubled. Borjas did land 2 knockdowns, which is crazy. But yeah, that was actually a pretty good scrap. Yeah, can't wait to see who they match him up against with next. Rodriguez is a good prospect. He's pretty young too, I'm pretty sure. Next fight, Edgar Chairez versus Felipe Boons. I was hoping Chairez would get the finish, man. He's a nasty, nasty fighter, but he did not. He got the W with half of total strikes. That is because of, if you move down one category right here, you can see the significant strikes. He had more significant strikes, which is insane because most of his strikes are significant. 66 of his 69 total strikes landed were significant. And this guy's was less than half. That is absolutely insane. He's landing everywhere, legs, body, head. Felipe Boon's got some control time, trying to control Chairez, not in a good way, in a way of trying to slow down the striking. Good job, Chairez. He's a very entertaining fighter. He's not afraid to be in there with a scrap and throw down. So good job, Chairez. Can't wait to see him fight next either. Next fight, Daniel Zellhuber versus King Green. I am so sorry, King Green. I apologize. I picked against him. I thought Zellhuber had a great chin, honestly. Like, he's not the greatest fighter in the world, but I thought you would be able to take Bobby Green's punches. I know Green hits hard. He's very accurate. But Zellhuber succumbed to King Green very, very quickly. 4 minutes and 55 seconds into the second round to be exact. So I guess it's not super quick, but you know what I mean. Like Zellhuber went 3 rounds with Esteban Ribovic at the Sphere. Um, Maybe Ribovic doesn't hit as hard as we think he does, or he's not as accurate or poppy, whatever you want to call him. So I'm kind of worried about Ribovic against a Gamrot. So we'll see how that fight goes. But as far as this one goes, King Green, absolutely, dude. The way King Green fights, bro, I don't even care. I'm gonna glaze the shit out of him. I don't even care, dude. Like King Green, the way he fights, bro. I'm just gonna, bro. The hands down, he's like, you know, dude, he's so fast, bro. King Green is so fast. Oh my gosh, the Matrix, the way he was moving out of the way of the punches. I know Zellhuber isn't like the greatest fighter in the world, but Bobby Green also isn't in his prime. King Green, excuse me, is not in his prime. And let's give him the benefit of the doubt here. Zellhuber is a younger, taller, bigger, professional fighter. And the fact that King Green absolutely just wiped him out like he was nothing, I mean, that's pretty impressive, dude. That's pretty impressive, especially knowing what King Green has been through in the last couple of years as far as being finished by knockouts. He's been colded by Roofy, by Turner. There's more fighters that have colded him, of course. Dober put him out. Dude, there's so many fighters that have put King Green out. All you need to do is land one good, hard, planted shot on King Green's chin to put him to sleep. Like hard shot. And he couldn't do that. But King Green, dude, was in the Matrix. You guys need to go watch this fight. The way he was just moving out of the way of punches, anything Zellhuber was throwing, dude, he was Matrix, absolute Matrix. Go watch that shit. If you did not watch King Green versus Zellhuber, go watch that shit. It's not like Zellhuber versus Ribovic because Zellhuber got finished, got smoked the whole fight. But as far as like a performance goes, King Green put it on. That was beautiful, man. Good job. And unfortunately, like the thing that sucks about King Green is they're gonna put him up against someone who might take him out the next fight. But it is what it is. He's a fun fighter. They love to pay him because he puts on these exciting fights. He's a finish or get finished fighter. That's what we like to see in the sport sometimes. You know, we like the Islam Makhachevs. I mean, he gets finishes too, but we like the safe, you know, good, gritty fighters. But we also like people who put every single thing on the line, every damn fight. And King Green is that person. So good job, King Green. Always can't wait to see him fight next. I don't even need to say that shit. Marlon Vera versus David Martinez, exactly what people thought were going to happen. Marlon Vera cannot get the fight going in the first 2 rounds, bro. Like, and if you're O'Malley, you can't get the fight going ever, I guess. I don't know. David Martinez is good. He's very fast. He's bouncy on his feet. He's in and out, lands hard shots. He can take shots. He's got very, very good defense. Marlon Vera trying to land that high kick like he fluked against Dominic Cruz. Not happening at all. Yeah, no knockdowns or anything like that. Total strikes, significant strikes were iffy, but, you know, yeah, good job, David Martinez. He's a good fighter, man. He's a good fighter. He's not even that experienced. He's got about less than half of the fights Cheeto does, but for some reason, he just knows what he's doing. He just knows what he's doing. So good job, David Martinez. It looks like he picked the right career or switched to the right career because he was a doctor. His nickname, I'm pretty sure, is David the Doctor Martinez or something like that. So good job, David. Let's see who they put him up against next. It's only going to get harder from here, of course. And it's going to get tricky for him. But he's a great fighter. And let's see who they put him up against next. Next fight, we got the main event, Brandon Moreno versus Loner Kavanagh. Absolute shutdown. Loner Kavanagh using the low kicks to slow down Brandon Moreno early. Brandon Moreno I think it was the second round, dude. He was second or third round. He was his legs were pretty much cooked. He was taking leg kicks and he was trying to bounce it out, but or he was trying to do his little, his little whatever he does. He was trying to just, I don't know, dude. He was trying to get his mind off of it. That's all I know. Yeah, Loner Kavanagh put on an absolute clinic. 49-46 is it should have been 49-46 on at least two of these scorecards right here. But of course, unfortunately, Moreno has just taken way too much damage. We have to be thankful though. We can't just put it behind us and just say Moreno's washed. He's not good anymore, blah blah blah. Is it the truth? Sure, but he's washed because he put his life on the line many times in performances against Royval, many wars with Pantoja. He's been in wars with a lot of these top flyweights. Yes, flyweights. So we can't just be rude about it. He's a great fighter. He's tough. He didn't get finished, of course. Kavanagh is super dangerous in the first two rounds, hurting Moreno many times with the kicks and just Moreno has nothing, man. He has no more speed. He's never been the fastest fighter, but he's had grit, and he had grit in this fight as well. But the one thing that surprised people was Kavanagh's cardio. He had great cardio in this fight. Um, he usually gasses out in the first two rounds. He's usually like a 2 round or nothing fighter. He went 5 rounds with Brandon Moreno, which is Moreno's been 5 rounds with Pantoja 3 times. I'm pretty sure 3 or 4 times. So yeah, this was super impressive. Almost nobody saw this coming, but those low kicks, I think those low kicks really affected Moreno. Moreno was doing what Batista did to Aldo. He was doing that to Kavanagh against the fence, holding him, landing knees to the thighs, just trying to kill the clock, dude. If that's the way you're gonna fight, I think you should probably hang the gloves up. People are saying Moreno's probably gonna retire by 35. He's 32. I think he should retire this year, honestly. I think he should get a couple more fights in, 1 or 2 more fights in, and retire this year if he doesn't get flatline KO'd. Have two more fights and just call it quits, man. Yeah, unless he can come out and have like an absolute banger of a performance against someone in the top 10. I don't know. He looks very, very old, out of his prime. He's taken a lot of damage in his fighting career. And unfortunately, that plays a huge toll in the long run. But we'll see. Let's see what happens to Loner Kavanagh. Give him someone in the top 5. We'll see what's going on there. And then, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe he gets slimed out. Of course, Charles Johnson slimed him out in his last fight. Moreno doesn't have that power. So it's going to take someone with, better cardio, more power, better ground game, something like that. I think he can be exposed in the wrestling area. The fact that he was smudged and controlled 7 minutes is a little bit worrisome, but it's not the worst thing in the world. He's got cardio, as we can see now. He's got power. He's got grit. He's got all the fundamentals. If you can just get that wrestling defense and offense going a little bit, I think he's going to be a problem in this top 5 for a couple of years. So yeah, good card. Like I said, overall 7 out of 10. There's a few fights that got announced. If you guys have not seen, I may or may not make a video about that. We'll see. But overall, good fight card. I appreciate you guys watching. I will see you guys in the next video.